So the first one which we discussed was oblique projectile. Oblique projectile is basically when you throw an object at a certain angle with the horizontal. So let's say you have thrown this object at a certain,
Hello, sir.
hello Cyril, at a certain angle theta, and this object goes like this and falls like this. Yes or no? Was this the question? Was this the derivation which we were doing in last class? I introduced you with all the terms, right? Let's say at any general time t, oh sorry, its velocity becomes v. So let's say if it is thrown at t equals to 0, it will reach over here at t equals to t. And what is the displacement? This is the horizontal displacement x, and this is the vertical displacement y, right? Remember all this?
Yes.
Discussed in the last class. And I have chosen the frame of reference like this. If this was your y-axis and this was your x-axis. X-axis was along the horizontal, whereas y-axis was along. Is this clear? And then what did you do? You resolved this velocities into many components. You resolve the initial velocity into u cos theta and u sin theta, right? Always remember the one which is having the theta is basically the cos component, and the one which is left out is the sine component. Here the angle will change. Let's say the angle will become phi. So here the x component of the velocity will be v cos phi, and the y component of the velocity will be v sin phi. Can you see the differences, guys? Cos theta, here angle was different, but still cos component. Any doubt? So we introduced with all the concepts in the last class. Now let's start with the motion. I told you, how will we do this motion? How will we determine this thing? We determine this thing by breaking the motion into two parts. The first part of the motion, can you see there are two different kind of motion happening over here? The first motion is the object moving with uniform constant velocity in this direction along x direction. I'll write it along x. It will be, there is a, this will be the ground level, and the object is moving with the initial velocity u cos theta, and it will keep on moving throughout it. So you can write it over here. Why does it become uniform motion, sir? Is there any proof for this? Yes, there is. So we'll derive it throughout the lecture. Okay. So this is point 2, and this is point 2. Point 2. So this will be point P at a distance, horizontal distance x. This will be at t equals to 0, and this will be at t equals to, along x this will happen. Along y, guys, are you writing along with me?
Yes.
Along y, it basically motion under gravity, just like the vertical motion you already studied, no? It's like along vertically, when you throw the object like this, it goes up and it comes back down. So let's say you have thrown the object up with the initial velocity of u sine theta. When it reaches a point P, its velocity becomes v sine phi, or vy component, right? The acceleration is g in the downward direction. So let's study. Let's break the motion into two different parts.
Yes, sir.
Hello Tanesh, how are you?
So my Wi-Fi was like down completely.
No problem, no problem. How did you spend it, the time when your Wi-Fi was down?
Sir, at 4 a.m. yesterday, I was watching Shubh Mangal Jada Sabdan, then it went. Then I was like, Chodo, let's sleep.
4 in the morning or 4 in the evening?
AM.
Oh my god, 4 a.m. tak you are watching movie. Good. Nice preparations.
First, so first I watched Bhoot, and then I was watching that. Then Wi-Fi went, so then I had to sleep.
पढ़ ले मेरे भाई. No, you should.
Sir,
Start
which
studying.
office are you in
Are you
right
in
now?
IIT?
Huh?
DNI.
Our office. The coaching center.
What
Oh.
center?
Yes, we are at center.
कौन सा center, sir?
इकलौता एक ही तो है भाई. There is only one center, no? We have multiple centers.
Only one.
चलिए anyways. Yes guys, can you tell me what will be the velocities along x and y? है ना? So let's just consider the horizontal motion. Don't look at the vertical motion part. Only look at the horizontal motion. So along the horizontal axis, along the vertical axis, है ना? Yes, can anyone tell me what is the initial velocity along x-axis? Let me choose the sign conventions. We'll choose a sign convention. This is
Say u cos
positive.
theta.
This is positive. This is negative, and this is negative. So yes,
Sir.
what is it? Huh?
Sir, can you please turn off your camera? The screen is very small now.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Bro, you can like place the cursor on that thing and like increase the size, bro.
Is it clear?
Yeah, but the thing is, it becomes smaller, so that's not
No
what I
problem.
need.
No problem. No more discussions.
Yes.
So the initial velocity along x is basically how much? U cos theta plus or minus?
Plus.
So plus u cos theta. What is the initial acceleration along x? Guys, can you see any force which is trying to push or pull it along the x-axis? Is there any force? There was only one force which was, there was only one acceleration because of the gravity, right? And
Yes,
but
sir.
this gravity was acting in the vertical direction, so there is nothing no force in the horizontal direction. So acceleration in the horizontal direction is basically zero. Similar, what is the time taken to cover this much x distance? So the time is basically the parameter. I told you, time will be the key. The time will be the key to relate both of the things. So the time taken from t equals to 0 to t equals to t. So that is basically t minus 0, which is basically yes. What is the displacement
Yes.
in x? What is the displacement in x? Can you see x meters from x here? Yes or no, guys?
Yeah.
Hello. So basically, the
Yes.
displacement will be x, but with a plus. Any doubt till here?
No, sir.
Okay. Now let's see over here. This is Vx. Now what about Vx? Do you know Vx? No, we know no Vx. We need to find it out. Now what about the y components? Can anyone tell me what will be the y components? What is the initial velocity along y? What will be the final velocity along y? Where are we looking from? The initial point is basically this point O, and the final point is basically this point P. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. So let's start. Yes. What is the initial velocity along y? Is it u sine theta? Can you see? It was thrown with the initial velocity u sine theta in the upward direction. The u sine theta plus, right? Y plus, according to the sign
Because it
convention.
is going towards the right.
No, it is going up in the positive direction.
Oh yeah, my bad. It's going up.
So ay, what is the acceleration in the vertical direction? Is there any acceleration in the vertical direction?
No.
Yes, there is. Can't you see the cursor? I'm moving the cursor over that thing. Is still no.
All right. It is negative.
G in the negative direction. The minus G. What about the time taken for y? The time taken for covering the y distance is also t. So can you see the time is equal in both the cases? Yes or no? Whenever an object does 2D motion, please remember time is the common parameter. I think we wrote this in the last class. Sy, what is the displacement in the y direction? Plus y. And what about the velocity in the y direction? I don't know. So now we need to find out this and this. So let's start. First is, can we apply second equation of motion? So applying second equation of motion. What is the second equation of motion, by the way? Yes or no? So I can apply x is equals to, can you see, s is equals to u t plus half a t square. Yes or no? This is along x. Any doubt? Similarly, along y can be written as plus y is equals to plus u sine theta into t plus half into minus g into t square. Yes sir. Can I write this? So from here, x will be equals to u cos theta multiplied by t, and y will be equals to u sine theta into t minus half gt square. This is your position as a function of time, and this is your y coordinate as a function of time. Can you see the x coordinate and y coordinate as a function of time, right? Yes or no? Write it down fast. And if you're done writing, just let me continue then. Are you done writing?
No, sir. I'm done.
So could you scroll up?
Yes, no problem.
Dx dy.
Cyril, don't worry. I'll be sending you yesterday's lecture. My PC, it got the Microsoft Office got expired, so I couldn't, turn
Okay,
the
sir.
PDFs. So I'll be sending the lecture notes for yesterday as well as today.
Okay, sir. By the way, this one day after tomorrow, I have physics test, sir.
And what is the syllabus?
First 3 chapters.
So basically, this is also coming.
So this is from the 3rd chapter.
This is from the 3rd chapter, right?
Wait,
This is
we
from the
didn't finish
2nd
it
chapter.
yet. Wait,
Hey, this is the
we
4th
didn't
chapter,
finish
I
it
guess.
yet, sir?
The first chapter is
4th.
finished. This is the 4th chapter, I guess. This is motion in a plane.
So what I'm asking is motion in straight line we finished, right?
Yes, we finished motion in a straight line.
Yeah, that's what till there. From physical world till motion in a straight line.
ठीक है, चलो nice. All the very best. Do well.
Okay, thank you, sir.
What about everyone else, guys? तुम लोगों का पेपर कब है?
Sir, physics I think is on Tuesday.
This Tuesday.
Yeah.
And till where it is coming? Is it
Sir,
coming
first
till
in,
projectile?
no, sir. Only the second units and measurements and the second chapter. That is motion in one day.
बाकी सबका same syllabus है. So at least मतलब we are on track, right?
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, I
Yes.
have
Okay, exam.
motion as well.
You have motion in a plane as well.
Yeah.
So basically, don't worry. We'll be done with this oblique projectile, and that is the maximum where people can ask the questions. Or still, even if you want any help, do you want any extra lecture to keep? Hello, Aman.
Yes, sir. No.
If you want
I'm
any
pretty
extra
sure. I'm
lecture
pretty
to be
confident.
planned, or if you have any doubt in any derivation or anything, any question, always I'm there on WhatsApp. Please message. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And Sania, is your doubt clear? You messaged me one doubt regarding drawing the VT graph and all.
Yes, yes. Sir, exam bhi ho gaya.
How was it?
It was very easy.
It was very easy. I know. I teach difficult stuff to you people so that your school exam becomes very easy. And still I get no appreciation at all.
No, sir, you're
Sir, you're
welcome.
amazing.
Sir, you're the greatest, sir.
Hey,
Oh my
hi.
God,
Sir, you are
sir.
amazing.
Really love you very much, sir. Since beginning
Arey.
onwards, I've been appreciating you. You didn't notice that. Sir.
Cyril,
Come on.
This is not the kind of appreciation which I want. I know I'm good, but still I don't want this kind of appreciation. I want at least you
Okay,
to do good in
but,
my appreciation
But
is
sir, for
something
real though,
different.
no sir, like listen sir, 1 second. But for real though, sir, since the beginning onwards, I've been appreciating you, sir.
Yes, I know.
You didn't
Sir.
notice
Thank you.
that.
The PS5 got launched yesterday, sir.
PS what?
So come on, how can you say
PS5
that?
got
Okay,
launched.
never
Yes.
mind.
Yes, I know. But anyways, I was not talking about this kind. I know whenever appreciation for teacher is basically like, the students is getting interested in the subject. And वो interest तब दिखता है जब मेरे को doubt आता है. That makes me think like, yes, I'm doing something. So the students are doing something at home. And yes, if they are not able to do something, they are asking me the doubts. So since I'm not getting many doubts, so I'm assuming that still that appreciation is less. So that's why I'm talking.
Today I'll ask Penda.
Yes. Acha, by the way, I'll be sending the sheets also today. I told you, my Microsoft Office was doing this stuff.
Sir, I can
I'll
ask doubts,
convert
but
everything in
the
PDF.
thing,
So once I get my exam paper, I'll send the whole thing to you. You please solve and send it to me.
And not the whole thing.
sir, you talk about sending doubts, sir, but the thing is we have to send good doubts, sir. Otherwise, it will be a disgrace.
No. It's not like that. Doubt is a doubt. No small doubt, no big doubt.
No, sir, but the doubt has to be good enough, right? For asking at least. Like, I can't simply ask you whatever doubt
You
want to ask.
can't ask, sir, what is distance and what is displacement, obviously.
Exactly. Like,
Yes.
those kind of doubts I cannot ask.
Yes.
That's the thing I'm saying, sir. The
हाँ,
doubt
तो-
has to be somewhat good and
तो-
reasonable.
Still, at least, wherever you're getting stuck, ask that.
Yes, sir.
Don't hesitate.
Sure.
So, anyways.
Sure.
So, this is your position, x coordinate as a function of time, y coordinate as a function of time. So, if I just remove this time variable, will I get the equation of trajectory? Do you remember? Last class we did y equals to f of x is basically called as the equation of trajectory, if you remember. Yes or no,
Yes,
guys?
sir.
So I'll just eliminate the time from here. So can you see time will be equals to x upon u cos theta from this equation? Yes or no? Can I put that over here? So y is equals to u sine theta, and wherever there is t, I'll write x upon u cos theta. From where? From here, from equation number 1. Is this clear? Minus half g t square. So x upon u cos theta whole square. So when you solve this, can you see u and u gets cancelled out? Sine theta upon cos theta becomes tan theta. So minus half of g of x square by u square cos square. Is this clear?
Yes.
Oh. So half of gx square upon u square cos square theta. This is basically your equation of trajectory. You can write it. Acha, what is the highest power of x? Do you remember order of the equation? Degree of this polynomial. Yes or no? Yaad hai?
Yes, sir.
So what is the order of x? X ka highest degree is 2. Y ka highest degree is 1. Whenever x and y will be like this, the graph will be a parabola. Done, guys. Done with the equation of trajectory. Please remember, this is your y coordinate as a function of x coordinate. This is basically called as the equation of trajectory. Any doubt till here? And generally, this derivation is asked a lot. So always remember this thing. Done, guys? Guys, are we done with this thing?
Yes, sir.
Now the second thing which I'm teaching is basically the position vector in the same derivation only. if the teacher has asked, derive that equation for trajectory for oblique projectile, then here you need to do. Okay. Now after this, the competitive stuff starts. So the position vector at any general time t. So what will be the position vector if I suppose I have goes like this, right? So suppose at any general point P, it reaches over here. T equals to 0, it started, T equals to T, it reaches over here. So what is the position vector which I am talking about? The position vector is basically a line which is joining this origin to this. So basically this is the position vector. And how do you give the position vector, guys? You give it by using x and y in terms of t, so xi cap plus y j. Is this clear? Is this clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
And what was x? So u cos theta t I cap plus u sin theta t minus half gt square. Is this clear? This is your position vector. It's not a formula, but if you can remember it, it's well and good. Otherwise, you know how to derive it, right? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the third is the velocity vector at any general time. If someone asks you to derive the expression for velocity at any point, then how will we do? We'll write this. Okay, we'll write this. Can you see? For when I use the second equation motion, I basically give a relation between u, a, t, and s. But if I want to find out v, then which relation shall I use? V, u, a, t. So can you see v equals to u plus a t? So can I write along x? Do I need to write the whole thing again? Is it fine? So Vx is equals to plus u cos theta plus 0 multiplied by t. So Vx is equals to u cos theta, and which is equals to u x. So remember this thing. I'll tell you the physical interpretation of this thing now. And similarly, when we talk about Vy, it will be plus u sin theta into t minus half sorry. Control that. Plus a Acha guys, can you see this? This is your y velocity as a function of time, right? And this is your x velocity as a function of time. Although please remember, it is not dependent on time. Can you see the x component of velocity? X component of velocity at any given time is constant and is independent of time. This is the physical interpretation, that is That implies
So can you scroll up a bit?
yes, I'll once let me complete the whole derivation, then I'll scroll up.
Okay.
Acha, chalo, write till here at least. When you are done till here, just tell me. Then we will write the physical interpretation afterwards. Okay. Guys, give me 2 minutes. Once, are you done with this? I'll write something for you so that you can understand. So, x component of velocity. Guys, are you done with writing the mathematics part? Now, see this particular thing. The x component of velocity at any given time will always be constant. Can you see u cos theta? There is no term for time over here, right? Yes or no? So always remember, along the x direction, the projectile will move with constant velocity, which is equals to the initial velocity. Can you see it is equals to the initial velocity with which equal to the initial velocity along x with which it was thrown. Is this clear? So this is the physical interpretation of the result along y direction. Can you see y direction is basically following the laws of motion under gravity. When you throw an object in the vertical direction with a speed u and it goes like this at any general point, let's say, so it is following the same relation. So y it is just doing motion of a body projected vertically upwards. So whenever I told you, it is behaving like that. So how do you know it is behaving like that? With the help of the velocity vector, you interpret the result. Okay. Is this clear, guys? Vx, Vy, any doubt? You can write Vx is equals to Ux plus theta, whereas Vy equals to Vy minus. Write this results. I'm coming to it. Yes, I'm coming to it. Hello? Done, guys? Did you understand velocity? Hello, guys?
Yes, sir.
So if Vx is this, Vy is this, can anyone tell me what is the velocity vector at any general time? Can I write it as Vx I cap, Vy j cap? Yes or no? So can I write this as u cos theta I cap plus u sin theta minus gt j cap? Yes or no? This will be used for
Yes,
competitive purposes later.
So, but why aren't we including K cap?
Why aren't we including
K cap.
k cap? Because it's motion in 2 dimensions.
Okay, sorry.
If it would be a motion in 3 dimensions, then you would have included k cap. Done?
Sir, can this be asked in our school exam?
Can this be asked in a school exam?
Hello?
In the school exam?
In our school exam.
Yes,
sir.
they can ask this thing.
Yes, sir. Like the derivation.
Yes, they can ask the derivation for the velocity vector as well.
Okay.
But this formula, this thing, they will be used later on when I'll go to angular momentum, torque and all, in later chapters. So anyways, is this clear? Hello? So basically with the help of this thing, you'll be giving, which vector you'll be giving? I'll just draw it again. Done. So now, with the help of this vector, you'll be able to give this vector. Are you getting my point? So this will be your Vx component and this will be your Vy component. This is clear, and this will not be theta, this will be phi. Okay, how will you calculate phi, by the way? Guys, how will you calculate phi and how will you calculate the velocity, the magnitude? If someone asks you what is the speed of the particle, the speed of the particle is given by what? The magnitude of velocity. The magnitude of velocity will be equals to what? Under root of Vx square plus Vy square, right? So basically, you know what is Vx, you know what is Vy. Just give the magnitude. And what about the angle phi? Phi will be given by tan phi is equals to Vy upon Vx. So phi is basically tan inverse. Don't worry, I think you'll be studying inverse trigonometry very soon. Okay? It's not necessary you write like this. You calculate Vy Vx, try to express in terms of tan theta and then compare. This is also one of the methods. So,
yeah, we have to find theta only.
so for phi, this phi is the angle. This is phi.
Sure.
The angle which the speed velocity vector makes with the horizontal. Guys, are you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. चलो heading डालो. Horizontal range, maximum height and time of flight. Acha, very interesting fact, one important fact in this thing. Note, at the highest point, tell me what will be the velocity at the highest point. When, I'm not talking about the x component, I'm talking about the y component. Tell me, suppose if this is your projectile, why am I finding this? Suppose guys, the object is going like this. Can anyone tell me what is the height at the is this the maximum height which it can go? Maximum vertical height, right? Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Can you tell me this particular thing at this particular point, does it go further up or further down? At this point, can it go further up?
No, sir.
So basically, this is the maximum height for the projectile. At the maximum height, the object cannot go further up or further down. So can I say at the maximum height, at when the y coordinate is equals to the maximum height, then the velocity ka y component is 0. Can I say this? Yes or no? If it is not going further up or down, can I say the vertical component of the velocity becomes 0? Yes or no? If vertical
Yes, sir.
component would have been, for example, if I talk about any general point, so if I talk about this point, it has certain vertical component, that's why it is still going up. But at this point, it doesn't go further up. That implies at this particular time, the vertical component of the velocity becomes 0. A vertical component becomes 0 when you draw the, this thing, v vector. So can you see v vector over here? This v vector is completely horizontal, right? You right or wrong? Hello? Do you know how to draw the tangent, right? Hello guys, do you know how to draw the tangent
Yeah.
at this point?
Mhm.
When we draw the tangent at this point, will this tangent be parallel to the x-axis? Right?
Yeah, parallel to x-axis.
So basically, ये
Perpendicular
parallel
to
to x-axis में ही v vector will become parallel to x-axis. तो यहाँ पे I can say the velocity vector, the velocity becomes horizontal, purely horizontal at maximum height. Okay, so we'll do the analysis of maximum height and everything with the help of this data. Okay, remember this. Once you're done with writing this, then give the heading. Done? Guys, done?
Done, sir.
Okay. So guys, let's derive the equation for maximum height, or basically the formula for maximum height. I told you this particular thing, whenever you have an object which is thrown with certain angle with the horizontal, it will go in a parabolic path, right? I told you the equation of trajectory is a parabola, that implies the path which it follows is the parabola. So suppose I have thrown a object like this, and this is the parabola. So at this particular point, will this be the maximum height attained? Will this be the h max? Yes or no? I told you at this particular time the vy component will become 0, right or wrong? So let's try to find out what will be the maximum height. Yes, can you tell me if the object is thrown initial velocity u at an angle theta, so will this be the x component? But do we require x component? Only focus on the y component. Just focus only on the y component, guys. So what is the initial velocity at this point from here? Yes, can you tell me what is the initial velocity it is? Guys, can you tell me what is the initial velocity? Plus u sine theta. What about the acceleration? Yes, can anyone tell me about the acceleration? Please, guys, can you unmute your mics? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Parinita, Sania, Cyril, unmute.
G.
So ay will be equals to minus of g. What will be the time? Although we don't require time, but still, this will be something later on. We don't require it as of now. What else? What is the vertical displacement? Can you see what is the vertical displacement? The vertical displacement is equals to what? The maximum height, right? So can I write this as h max? Or it's not necessary. You can just write it as h. Okay. It is denoted by h only, no? So sy is basically plus h. What about the vertical component of the velocity? It becomes 0. So VUAS by third equation, can I write this thing? By third equation of motion, Vy will be equals to Uy plus, plus 2As. Yes or no? So 0 square will be equals to Uy square plus twice of minus G into H, right? When you solve it, you'll get H is basically Uy square by 2G. Or you can put the value of Uy, and Uy will be equals to what? What is Uy? What is the value of initial velocity in y direction? U sine theta, right? So can I write it as u sine theta whole square or u square sine square theta by 2d. This is the formula for calculating maximum height. Kindly note it down from the beginning. Let me just make it a little bit smaller size. This is one of the important derivations in your school. And if you'll write only this much also, you will get the full marks. Because teacher will see two things in this derivation. First is this, this data, and what you did, you applied this equation to get this answer. Khatam. And it will be 2 marks, it will be in your hand. Okay? If they are the individual derivation, then it's 2 marks. If they would have asked, the 3 derivations together, the derivation for maximum height, the time of flight, the horizontal range, then this would have been a little bit 5 mark question. Okay? Although there is nothing much to do, it's just normal mathematics, normal physics, equation in one motion, motion in one dimension. Whenever you're done. Class demo. We'll चल रही है. Yes, done.
Yes.
Up. So now the next derivation. Guys, write down the next derivation. The next derivation is for the time of flight of a projector. Here, in the case of oblique motion, oblique projectile we're talking, so everything which we are answering is in terms of oblique projectile because we are discussing that. So, anyways, now the question is another question. Same diagram. Shall I copy the same diagram? So the diagram will be same. You don't need to draw the diagram again. It's fine. Guys, do you remember the time of ascent or time of descent? Guys, do you remember the
Yes,
time
sir.
of ascent and time of descent? What is the time of ascent? Time of ascent is basically the time to go up, and time of descent is basically the time to come Down, right? Yes or no? So here, can you see, if I talk about the time from here, the initial starting projection point of projection, and basically the time when it attains the maximum height, will it be the time till which the object is going up? So basically, this time will be named as what? The time of ascent, right? So time will be equals to t. Yes or no? Guys, yes or no?
Yes.
If this will be the time of ascent, then can you see over here VUAT? Can you solve it? So Vy will be equals to Uy plus Ay into T. That will be equals to plus U sine theta or plus Uy plus Uy plus this Ay will be equals to minus G into T, and this will be equals to 0. So from here, please remember, this will be equals to the vertical velocity divided by G. Yes or no? And what was U by the way? U was equals to U sine theta. So this will be your time of ascent. Is this clear? This is not the time of flight. Please remember, this is not the time of flight. Time of flight is basically the time taken by an object, the time till which it remains in air, right? You remember, guys, I already told you the difference between time of ascent, time of descent, and time of flight, right? Yes or no? So basically, always remember, time of flight is basically time of ascent plus time of descent, which is basically 2 times of t, and this is equal to 2 times of 2 sine theta. If there will be air
We have to
friction,
remember all these.
yes, beta, you have to remember
And so time of you have
time
to
of
put it as
flight.
the trajectory wala hai na ye.
The trajectory wala hi hai. Y equals to x tan
So
theta
time which is
minus.
taken to through and time which takes to come down.
Yes, the time taken to go up is the time taken to come down. Time taken to go up is this much. Time taken to come
And so
down
x
is also this much.
and y axis is what and what?
X-axis is horizontal. X-axis is the axis which is along the ground, and horizontal and vertical rate. The
Okay. So
horizontal
x
axis and
axis
the
is
vertical.
displacement.
X-axis is what?
Is it displacement?
X-axis is not displacement, beta. X is the dimension. X-axis, y-axis.
Okay, fine.
Small x, small y were displacement, right?
Yeah.
Capital X and Y are dimensions. Anyways. Can you see over here for calculating the time of flight also we were focusing only on the y direction. Acha, please remember when air resistance will come into play, which will come into play when we will talk about the next chapter after this, force and laws of motion. Then air resistance will also come into play. Then we'll see how this TA and TD will vary when air resistance comes into play. Will they be same? Will they be different? If they will be different, then which will be greater? So we'll do lots of things in the next chapter as well. These initial chapters of physics are your basics, guys. Please remember these chapters will serve as the basics for grade 12 and the further coming chapters as well. So please pay attention in these chapters. आज के आज में I'll give you more and more sheets to solve. And I'm still telling you, please don't. My advice is just to do this because.
So why should we only focus on y direction and minus x?
Because we don't require that thing. No? We don't. Time can be found out with any direction. Yes or no?
Okay, fine.
So
The
that's
time is
why, because we knew one data that Vy is 0 at the maximum height. So that's why it's easier to derive it using this.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So this is the derivation for your time of flight. The next derivation, please remember, don't leave the derivation till here. If you leave the derivation till here, the teacher will definitely cut 1 mark out of those 2 marks, right? So complete it till here. After this till here you need to do. Okay? Because I've seen people making mistakes in this. They will do till here and just leave it over here. Don't leave it over here. Complete till here. This will be your complete derivation. Okay? Now third is basically called as horizontal range. Acha, what is basically time of flight? Can you see over here? The time taken from here to here. Can you see? From here to here. Whatever the time was there, that will be your time of flight. And is equals to 2u sine theta by g or. Twice of u by. Okay? Is this clear, guys? Any doubt? Till here?
No.
Okay. Now the last thing is basically called as horizontal range. What do you mean by the horizontal range? It is the maximum horizontal distance traveled by the object during its time of during the whole time of flight, whatever maximum horizontal distance that it is basically your horizontal range. Is this clear? So basically, suppose if this is your y-axis and this is your x-axis, if I throw an object from here with the initial velocity u at an angle theta, that this will go like this and it will fall like this. Yes or no? So basically, this distance, can you see this distance, this horizontal distance from here to here? Yes or no? This is termed as the horizontal range, denoted by capital R. Any doubt? What is horizontal range? The maximum horizontal distance.
Yeah.
What was the maximum vertical distance? The maximum height, right? H.
Yeah.
And what is the time taken for the whole? Is basically from here to here, the time taken will be.
Time taken to go up and down.
Yes, to go up and down, or till which it was remaining in air. It was still in air, right? That is basically called as well. Now, please remember, for horizontal range, obviously you won't be seeing the vertical thing, right? So here we need to focus only on the horizontal motion. Now, let's say from t equals to 0 till t equals to t, this object was moving with velocity u cos theta. And what was the acceleration in the x direction? The ux will be plus u cos theta, acceleration will be 0. Time will be equals to capital T. This thing is to note over here, na? For the complete projectile motion till the time it doesn't hit the ground. And what is basically, what else is that? Ux, if they say, is this. And the displacement is basically plus r. This is the convention which I have chosen. Positive, negative, positive, negative. Okay? So, USUAT, which equation? So can you see this thing, guys? From, I think, every equation we derived this thing. Can you see by third equation we derived maximum height, by first equation we derived time of flight, and by second equation we are deriving range. So Sx will be equals to ux t plus half dx, oh sorry, ax into t square.
Sir, after this class, do you have some extra time?
Yes, tell me.
Yes, sir, because I want to ask one small topic from units and measurements,
So
if it is
topic
fine.
or doubt?
Small topic, not big one.
Well, take it, no problem. Okay. So this will be equals to r will be equals to u cos theta into. Can you see this is what u cos theta into t? This is basically your ux into t, right? So this is one of the formula. Basically the initial velocity along x direction multiplied by the time of flight. Or you can do, solve it a little bit more. It will become u cos theta into what was time? What was time, guys? Time was basically twice of u sine theta by g, right? Yes or no? What's the time of flight to u sine theta by g? Yes?
So could
Hello?
could you scroll down, sir? I wanted to see that. Yeah, this one, sir. नहीं, थोड़ा up, sir.
और अब
नहीं, बस इतना. नहीं, sir, horizontal वाला देखना मुझे.
okay.
There's a maximum horizontal distance traveled by.
The object during its time of flight by the object.
Sir, ये zero क्यों है? Acceleration.
Because there is nothing to push or pull in the horizontal direction.
What?
Because there is no acceleration. The only acceleration was this acceleration in the y direction, gravity.
Oh, okay. So in horizontal. So, but isn't that like the initial velocity we suppose? Okay, yeah, fine, got it.
Initial velocity and acceleration is different, no?
Yeah, I got it, sir. So could you scroll down?
Yes, guys. Can I write this like this? U into u will become u square upon g, and this 2 cos theta sin theta I can write it like this. What is twice of sin theta cos theta? Aman, what is twice of cos theta sin theta? So remember, I'll just write a summary for you so that at least every formula will be at one particular place. And then we'll do some questions. First, write down till here. Then we'll continue. That's done.
Could you scroll down?
And let's write a summary of whatever formulas we made for oblique projectile. है ना? So this will be your reference for the formula question or whatever you want to say. Summary for oblique projectile. From ground. Now, first formula is basically x is equals to u cos theta multiplied by t. X as a function of time, and y.
You'll send the notes, right? Because I was
Yes,
10
I'll
minutes
be
late in
sending.
class.
Yes, I'll be sending today. Don't worry. Yesterday I couldn't send. I'll send today. Okay. So this is your y and this is your this is your x and this is your y. These are the two formulas. I'll draw the graphs as well for this, so that you will remember the graphs. Can you see x is basically u cos theta multiplied by t. So can you see x to the power 1 and time to the power 1. So if I plot a graph between x and the time, it will be a straight line with a slope equals to the horizontal component of the velocity. Can you see slope of xt graph gives you what? Slope of x2 graph gives you velocity, right? So see the initial velocity
of the object from graph. So oblique project, yeah, fine. Got it. U cos theta.
It is basically equals to u cos theta. Is this clear? How will you give this u cos theta? If suppose this graph has phi, so u cos theta will be equals to tan phi, or basically you know how to calculate the slope, right? Is this clear? Here, what about here in this diagram? The graph will be a parabola. Why the graph will be a parabola?
Because it's going up and down.
Yes, exactly. So it will be the similar type of parabolic graph as the equation of trajectory.
And the slope is also.
Can you see the time has power 2 and y has power 1? So that's why the graph is a parabolic graph. And the slope will keep on changing at different times. So the y coordinate will be a parabola. But basically the graph between y and t will be a parabola. Like this, facing downwards. Initially the y component is 0, right? So it increases with time at time how much? U sine theta by g. It reaches the maximum height, h max. Remember this?
Yeah.
So at y equals to h.
So in the notes you have given how this came out, right?
Yes, what?
So in the notes you have given how it came out that t is equal to u sine theta by g, right?
Yes.
I'll just check that.
Okay, no problem. So remember this graph. And what is t equals to? T is equals to 2 u sine theta. Is it fine? So can you see that the maximum height at the time of light, the x component is r. At the maximum time, the time of light, this thing, y comes back to 0, and here it becomes max. So anyways, this is small analysis of the graphs and all. Third is, the formula for. Shall I give the position vector? Is it fine? You'll remember with the help of this only. X component of velocity is basically the same constant u cos theta, and y component of velocity is this Now, can you see over here? This is also the same function types. But if I draw the velocity time graph, let it look like this. Let t equals to t, it will remain constant at u. That's why the graph is straight. Guys, are you noting down with me?
Yes, sir.
These graphs are very important school point of view as well as the
The third graph is for what?
the velocity ka x component. The x component of velocity with time. So the graph starts from u sine theta. The graph starts from u sine theta and it goes till minus u sine theta over here. Ajay, can I write this time as t by 2? Is it fine if I don't write the whole u sine theta by g? Huh? Guys, is it fine if I write this as t by 2? Now, the time at which it is, can I write it as half the time of light?
If it takes, yeah, it'll take the exact, yeah. Yeah, sir.
So these are your graphs. Please remember the slope of this graph will be equals to minus u. Why it will be minus j? Because can you see the acceleration was negative direction throughout the motion, right? So that's why the slope is constant. The line is still coming down. So these are your third and fourth, and the last, not least. Acha, I'll draw this. I wanted this. Copy image. Guys, are you done with the graphs?
So one.
Whenever you're done with the graphs, just tell me.
Sir, the fourth graph is like
Vy.
vertical
The vertical velocity with time.
because the velocity is going negative. Fine.
The velocity becomes negative because the object starts moving in the negative direction. No? After the half time, it comes down.
Yes, sir.
So that's why the velocity
Yeah.
becomes negative. Done? So they're done. Guys, are you done?
Yes, sir.
Everyone done, right? Cyril, are you also done? Now see this graph, guys. Can you see a projectile motion? Just don't focus on this part of the graph. Just don't focus on this. Just focus till here. Okay. Where did it go? What is happening? See the fifth point, guys. Can you see the initial velocity? They have written as v naught, but we have written it as u. Okay. So can you see this initial velocity is v naught and the angle is theta naught? When you throw it at different angles, guys, can you see the blue component? Can you see the blue one? Can you see here? This will be completely blue, but they have not mentioned it. But anyways, so the blue one. Can you see the blue one, guys? Everyone? Hello. Shall I increase the distance? Can you see the blue one, guys, now? Can you see the blue component of velocity every time? Even here, where the highest point is, even there will be this blue component, but that blue component will be hidden, right? In the purple one. This blue is basically the horizontal component of final velocity. Okay, can you see? At any particular time, the horizontal component is given by the blue one. The purple one is basically the net velocity. So I told you the net velocity will always be along the tangent. So if you draw a tangent at all these points, this velocity will be along that tangent. Okay, and the orange one is basically the y component of velocity. I have copied the diagram from net, but it doesn't mean the diagram is different. So can you see that the diagram clearly now? At different points on the trajectory, I'll draw the trajectory using red. That's it. That different point on the trajectory, the object is having different velocity, and the direction of this velocity is given by drawing a tangent, right? Everyone is clear about the concept, right? So can you see, if I club all these velocities together, can you see at every different points, this represents that the horizontal component of velocity remains horizontal component of velocity remains constant at every time. You don't need to draw it, it's okay. You just need to, we already wrote this thing. That implies this is equals to the initial velocity, this is equals to u cos. Okay, but can you see the vertical component, guys? Can you see different vertical component? Initially it is strong, but initially it is big. Then later on, what will happen? Then till the object goes up, it will go up, and then what will happen? At one particular point, can you see it is coming down now? So the horizontal component, it is initially decreasing and then it increases in the opposite direction. Is this clear? So this is just like a motion under gravity. The one point which I said, no, the object is doing motion just like, it is thrown, and it's just like, suppose. Do you remember this motion? No? Everyone remember this motion? When the object just goes up and down, right? Yes or no? Hello?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So basically, suppose if the object is just going up and down, you just push it with a constant horizontal velocity in the horizontal direction. So basically, club this motion and this motion together, you'll get the projectile. Okay, so when you throw an object up, it will give the object a constant horizontal velocity as well. Along with this, this will be equal to your projectile motion. Is this clear? Is this clear, guys? No need to write this, no need to draw it, but please remember this point. Is this clear? This is the fifth point. Now the sixth point is basically the set of formulas which I just gave you. Maximum height is basically u square sine square theta is equal to u square y by uy square by 2. The time of flight is basically 2u sine theta by g. And the range is u square sine of 2 theta by g, which can be written as twice of ux uy. But किसके अंदर चल रहा है? Is someone watching a movie? मेरे को बताया, मैं भी देखूँ. So guys, these are your 3 formulas which are going to be very useful. ठीक है? लिखिए. So this is all about the summary for projectile motion. The next class will be doing, questions based on this, and we'll see some more good results, in projectile motion, oblique projectile. Okay, guys.
Yes.
These are the three formulas we learned
Yes,
today.
this is the all formulas in the summary I've written. Whatever
So
formulas
we
which are
send the
going to
notes,
be going.
right?
Oh, one formula I forgot.
Yeah. Vy now
4.5 y equals to x tan theta minus half g x square by u square cos square. Or why 4.5? Let's make it the next one. Formula. Is it clear? Please remember this formula as well. This is your equation of trajectory. Very important formula out of all. Acha, where will we use this formula? Any point lying on the trajectory. This is a maths concept, by the way. Will satisfy its equation. We'll see about it in the next class. So remember this equation. Even if you need to mug it up, no problem. If you can derive this equation, then well and good. If you don't, then for the beginning of the lectures and all, at least remember it. Is this clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Chale, thank you very much. Who else was present? Who is absent?
thank you, sir.
Everyone is present, right? Chale, yes, sir. Tell me. Baki, everyone else can leave. No problem.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye bye.
Can I just finish writing and leave?
No problem.